Yay! Welcome,
Hello.
I hope
motherfuckers.
everything's working. Yes. Okay. I still need
I
to make a graphic to put on the screen.
Hey,
So
my mouse pad's here. Holy fucking crap! It's bigger than I expected. Oh, I'm happy.
how?
Yeah, I bought a bloody great one. I have like the
I
most
don't
giant
like
ass mouse pad.
those giant mouse pads. I have one that's
XL mouse pads. I love them.
mine says mini size on it because it's small, and I somehow needed to fit it onto my desk, which also
It's kind of in the name.
yeah. I mean, it's just well. But anyway, yes, Raw. I shall open up.
Anyway,
I shall
yeah.
open up. No, not Raw. Mania. That's the first thing. I shall open up all my stuff that I have saved on my Google Drive because
Google Drive.
yeah, I have stuff saved on there. There's the podcast.
Never used it.
Why not? It's
Right,
actually
let's-
great, and I have way too much storage space on there, and I should stop. I should get some stuff off of there because I'm paying for shit, and it's rather annoying that. Also, wait a second.
Right. I will wait. Your microphone changed. Oh my god. What you doing? Doing. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Where's Paul gone?
Hey, where'd he go? Paul,
Did
where
he
are you?
die?
He's still in
Yes,
the thing.
I died. I died for a second. No, other people needed to be talked to.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Anyway, I have the results of the Mania matches, and God, I still want.
Give it to me,
I
baby.
still want to cry looking at this. So, you all watched the full 7 hours of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I did. The only thing I didn't watch was purely because of cringe. The Total Divas versus Bad and Blonde.
I
That was
watched
horrible.
all of it because I like torturing myself apparently, and God, you know how what culture they always have those drinking rules, and I had school the next morning,
Yeah.
and so
Oh, I saw you tweet.
yeah, that was a fun school day. That was
I don't drink. I just had my iced tea and just put it
yeah,
on.
I
and
was
just
I
myself.
didn't start with the drinking until the main show kicked off because I was like, I still want to be able to go to school tomorrow morning, and it was bad.
And then there was Triple H and Roman
Yes,
Reigns.
there was. Oh God. But anyway, we shall get onto that later. Let's start off with the pre-show
Yeah.
then. First off, there was Kalisto versus Ryback in a nearly empty stadium because fuck me, they really weren't.
Yeah, that
Let
was
us in.
badly
Let
organised.
us in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible. Jesus, AT&T.
Oh fuck me! Like I know John Bain Total Biscuit. He was like waiting. He came in, like he tweeted a couple of times. He managed to get into the stadium halfway through the ladder match. So like two
Oh my
hours and
God.
20 minutes or
Yeah.
so he had to wait outside. Plus the time he was already waiting outside by the time the kickoff started. Oh, that was.
Oh
But
my
anyway, no.
God. That's horrible.
Kalisto versus Ryback. Right, we all did Mania predictions, and I was the only one who went.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
I was the only one who said Kalisto for some reason. You all said Ryback. I don't know why.
Yeah. Who was right?
I was. Kalisto won.
We were all wrong.
Yay! I'm quite happy with that.
Yes,
I'm not
but it was
disappointed.
so
I
obvious.
expected it.
It was so obvious because it was a network only match. They didn't put this on TV
Yeah, that's true.
or anywhere else, and I was like, they aren't gonna change the title on a network only thing, are they?
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
You are very smart, mister.
yes, I am, and so yeah, that was one of the few things I got right. So then
Yay!
next up, which one was next up? The Divas match.
The Total Divas and Bad
Yeah,
Blonde.
right. Total
That
Divas
was-
versus Bad and Blonde. I picked.
I was the only one who was wrong.
You said Bad and Blonde. Yeah, right, you were the only one that was wrong, and I thought, hey, things are going well so far. I actually quite like that match. Wait, I have another thingy that I wrote down somewhere. And I should open that up now. Yeah, right. There were a couple of great spots in there. I don't know.
I haven't watched it.
Oh yeah, right. You didn't. I know. Paige did quite well. I quite.
Yay! I like
I
Paige.
do as
I
well.
like
Paige.
But at the end, Eva
Paige is
Marie.
good
You know,
fighter.
when we had Eva Marie, and that was a bit odd, and I still don't know how to feel about that.
The very reason why I didn't watch it. Eva fucking Marie.
It was just.
It's. She looks quite cool, but I've like never heard of her, and they act like she's like top dog. Yeah, she's like
she's
in.
actually
She's
she's
like
actually
really
not
good.
too bad, but I don't quite know because right now it was like Total Divas is kind of the fan favorite in this one, and I was like,
Yeah.
she's in there with all the other faces, and I mean, apart from Paige, but I still don't know
Yeah.
whether Paige is currently face or heel, but
Paige is just the emo. She's like one day she's like, oh, I'm gonna,
she's like the Big Show of the Divas. So,
No, but Big Show, but with Big Show, you know if he's heel or face.
yes,
and
but
she's
with
just
Big Show,
neither.
you know that he's heel the one week, and then you know that he's face the other week, and then after that he's heel again. So, also they aren't
Well,
called the
okay,
Divas
that's
anymore.
right.
I should have made that my special bet because then I would have
Yeah.
won because.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually.
True.
I actually thought they were gonna do that, and then I did, and then I was happy. But anyway, next up we had the Usos.
Hang on, before we continue, before we fucking continue, I just saw a thing. I've got a spreadsheet. All right, Paul was very sweet and made a spreadsheet for all
Yep.
of us for what we predicted. At the bottom, there's like a little tab thing that says hashtag fuck
Right,
Alex.
because it
I've got that up now.
because it said I don't know, it said something else there, and you put that in a Skype chat, and
Oh yeah, that was like the something blash. It was really Deutsch, and
yes.
I don't know.
So I changed that afterwards. But anyway, no. Next up we have the
Usos Dudleys.
Usos versus the Dudley Boys, and why the fuck did you pick the Usos? Everyone hates them. I was.
I like the Usos. I really
mean,
like the
why-
Usos. Am I the only one who likes the Usos?
I mean, Chris picked them as well, but he isn't here, and fuck him. So,
No, Chris, did you hear him? I said fuck all. It was all Paul's
yeah,
fault.
right. I mean,
Please kill him.
look at the fucking results at the points at the back. That's awful. You know, we the three of
right.
us that actually watch wrestling on a sort of regular basis. I mean, I watch too much wrestling. I put too much time into that. It's just and then there's him winning by miles, but we shall ignore him.
Let's not wank at him right
Yes,
now, and
right.
let's just talk about how great that match was. Because
I didn't even think the match was that great, and also the Dudleys, the Dudley boys, because they were sort of built up and they had all their great spots and everything, and then they just lost
Yeah.
this.
and then we're like, well, we're not gonna get out any more tables, and we're like, oh, we're not gonna cheer you anymore, and that's what we didn't. So that's
and
fun.
then
There
the
you go,
Usos
your fucking
won,
character
and
change.
neither of the Usos died, which kind of made me sad as well. I was hoping for one of them to die
That's
or
right.
something like that.
Oh,
You know, that would have made for.
poor Paul.
Yeah. Anyway, and then
Main event
main
time.
event time, you know, main show time, not main event time, because main event
That's
yeah.
fine, Eddie.
I was expecting the main show to be kicked off by the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, which didn't happen.
Ah, same.
They placed
Oh.
that in it.
Like it was like,
Ye-
yeah, it's an odd spot. I thought we were like, all right, Andre the Giant. Let's just get this over
Yeah.
with because fuck me, am I right? It's Andre the Giant. It's not really that well known, but it's a really cool match. So let's put it up first for people to hype.
Yeah,
And they put it as the third match. It was, I think.
it was the second to last match. No, actually, third to last match. Yeah, because
Oh, I really don't care. It's happened.
yeah,
Let's.
but
What we're
anyway,
gonna talk about first?
the IC, the Intercontinental Championship title match, which was a ladder match, and
Who the fuck expected Zack Ryder to do that?
I
Jesus
didn't,
Christ!
and he just
None of
he
us.
just came out of nowhere.
That was lovely. I like
It was,
him. I like
but
him. And then
they were just out there, and I was like, they're gonna kill half their fucking mid card in this match. That was, I mean, oh god, the spots they had.
it was an amazing match. It was like if I had to choose any match that would have been the best, I would have chosen that one. Because my god, that was amazing. I loved it. I loved
It
it.
was great. Yes, it was. It was one of the better matches of the day actually. And
Oh.
oh no, what am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, but still, I mean, they didn't they have Sin Cara going through another ladder? That was
Yeah.
yeah, that was
cool.
cool.
I
I
like
know,
that.
and it was great in-ring action, and it actually kind of
Yeah.
I had a couple of flashbacks to Mania X7 during this year's Mania.
Haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch all of them now in one single night.
Yeah, sure, dude. And no, you should watch Mania X7 because that is without a doubt the greatest WrestleMania of all time. The worst being 9,
Ooh.
I think, with that fucking 22-second title reign. But anyway, let's not talk about that right now. Yes, Zack Ryder won, and I was like, oh, okay, he's not gonna last for very long. And turns
Well, you were fucking right, because 24 hours later, we had Miz.
yes,
Fucking hell!
and Miz of all people, that's like, oh, why Miz? 5-time Intercontinental Champion with his wife. What's her face again?
Oh, if you want to put a mid-carder up the Intercontinental Championship ladder and just give him a little push, don't do Miz. He's been in there for too long. Put Zack in.
and
I haven't
Miz,
seen Zack in a while. Everybody loves Zack. Give him a push. Let him go after Kalisto
yeah,
or something. I don't
and
know.
Miz was. We already had Miz as a great Intercontinental Champion, and he was a great heel back then. But now it's just, I don't know why did they do that?
Another thing, let's talk about how fucking awesome Stardust was.
Mm,
I loved him.
I
love Stardust
still
on
not.
this. He had like the cool suit, and then he got out like a ladder with things.
Oh yeah, right.
And then
oh god,
he went
had
through
that
it. He went
fucking-
through it. That was fucking amazing.
I nearly had tears in my eyes there, you know, because fucking Dusty Rhodes and everything and all those spots. Just when I first saw him come out, I was like, oh, okay, this is amazing.
Yeah, I loved him. He did good. He fought amazing in a match.
Yeah.
It was sensible outfits with a meaning behind them.
Yes, so, you know.
Cool. But Zack did great. I think Zack did great. Don't you, Ben?
Yes.
Right. That concludes our C5.
I didn't actually see Mania. I just watched the live tweets.
Yeah.
I know what happened, so I haven't actually watched it. I'm the least organised one here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you're counting. Anyway.
I know what happened. So.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, if you watched my live tweets, you probably thought it was the worst fucking thing on earth, but,
I watched yours, Matt Stan's, and all the rest of the official WWE ones. So.
yeah.
It was
Had a
so
pretty
bad.
balanced
My Twitter app crashed while watching them. It was that terrible.
I just had...
Right.
Anyway, next up, what was next up after that? We had,
AJ versus Chris.
yes, right, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. And
It was a nice match.
it was,
It wasn't great.
but, the thing is, Ben, why the hell did you pick Jericho?
Don't know. I just picked these sort of because I had to pick some. I didn't really know or really care for a lot of these. I just went for Jericho because it was there. Well, I do most of the things because they're there.
Yeah, but, like,
Fucking stab vest.
in the build up to Mania, it was just all like sort of pointing towards Styles, and it was just he lost. I don't really know why. Hey, welcome to WWE. Here's your first Wrestlemania, and you lose to some old guy who's just here because all of our other good guys are fucking injured at the moment. I mean, seriously.
Well, it's something.
Well, yes, but still, Styles is so over with the crowd, and he should have won that. I mean, seriously.
Oh.
WrestleMania was the night no one actually won. You know, just apart from.
There were like not a single good guy was like.
Yeah, I mean, I like
It
Jericho.
was like nothing came over as amazing.
No.
Because
Apart from that one spot with you know, but we'll get to that one later.
We'll get to that one, yeah.
But yeah, it just felt sort of like, looking back at it now, it's kind of like an average.
Together with sellotape. It was really just they made the best of it.
Yeah, no.
As far as I can tell.
But it could have been so much better. I mean, if I had booked Mania, you know, I mean, just look at what I picked. Look at my predictions, and just.
Oh, there would have been so much potential there, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So, guess we have to fucking live with them.
Yes, we have. I mean, even a Mania after even a Raw after Mania, that way around it goes. Was a bit anticlimactic. So, but anyway, right.
It happened.
Yeah, it.
Next. What was the next match? What's the New Day?
Was that the New Day already? No, wait.
I'm gonna look up the schedule.
do that. Wait, the women's triple threat. Oh, right. The one thing we completely didn't talk about was to actually start things off. We had Lita reveal the new women's
That
belt.
was fun.
Yes. It was good. That was a good
fun.
move.
That was amazing, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they should really. I really disliked the Divas belt because it was just.
Yeah, it was.
It's a Brat's accessory.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the way of describing it.
and then I was like, oh, she has something to reveal. I bet that's gonna be the new women's belt because there's been rumors about that, and who better than
Yeah.
Lita?
And you were
Lita of
fucking
all
right as
people.
well.
Yes, but you know what really fucking annoyed me about that? Lita, of all people,
What?
Lita, one of the greatest women's champions we had, you know, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
She revealed the title and said, I hereby announce the first ever women's championship, the first ever women's belt. And I was like, what? That's not the first one. There was one before that, and you held that belt before, and now you just.
That was a better belt. This one is just cream white, old one. Just, they picked up the old one. They screwed everything off. They just said, "What color should we make? Ladies are like the opposite of men.
Yeah.
So instead of black, let's make it white." And then they made it white. And then it was like, okay, all right. So the other things isn't fitting it. So what should we add? Oh, add something red. And then they had the red inlay things. I have the championship right in front of me. It's just it looks okay.
It looks better than the
But
Divas
make it a
title, so you know.
That's not a very high bar you're
Yeah.
laying there. So
And I don't know. Also, the red is because you know how the old women's belt looked.
yeah, I'm having that in front of here as well. I'm
Oh,
looking at the
okay,
entire
good.
fucking site.
I haven't seen that in ages, but if I remember correctly, the writing on that was red.
Yeah, that was red. That was red. Yeah,
So
it's like the World Wrestling
yeah,
Entertainment
women's
Women's
champion,
Champion.
women's champion. That was written in red. So I think it's kind of fitting. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm
I
not sure
guess.
about the white because we already have the IC title, which is also white because reasons.
Also, all can disagree that it isn't really that beautiful.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it's all right.
I like the title. It's all right.
Yep.
It's I like it better than the Bratz accessory we had.
It is.
Moving on.
You know. Yeah. Right. So.
Next match was New Day versus League of Nations.
Okay, New Day versus League of
What?
Nations, the most over tag team in WWE history versus those twats no one likes. And
Versus the lads.
oh god, yeah, don't remind me of that.
Lads. My god, that was horrible.
Fucking hell.
I liked it. It was a good match. It was a good match, but with the wrong people.
Yeah, with the wrong people going over and oh god. But the entrance of the New Day.
Massive box of bootios.
Oh, that was
I want one. I want two.
yeah, that was great, and possibly the second greatest entrance in the history of Mania. Rusev kicking away a bootio.
Yeah, I was like watching it, and I thought like one of them was going to kick it away.
Right,
it's gonna be
right,
Rusev,
right.
isn't it? And then
Yeah,
he kicked it away, and I was like,
that's right
cool.
below Rusev riding in on a tank, him just kicking away that fucking bootio. Just, oh.
this is a nice comparison. It was like, all right, last year he rode a tank. What now? He's kicking fake cereal.
Yeah, I mean that also reflects what they kind of did with Rusev over the year, because, you know, from the really big and powerful guy who's undefeated to, oh yeah, he's there I guess he's lower mid card now, yeah, but
He already was. He was like the big fucking brute guy, and then he was
yeah,
shit.
I actually used to like him, and now it's kind of like, he's there. But no, anyway, yeah, the League of Nations won, and then I was like, oh my god, this is shit, I might as well just go to bed now. And
And then good things started, and then there came
all
HBK.
out of the sudden, fucking, who came out first, Foley or HBK?
There was HBK came out first, and then
Yeah,
he
right.
went stripping, and then he had like McFoley, and McFoley was like,
I remember now, HBK's music hit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on now? Do I have something else opened up, or is that really happening? And I was like, oh yeah, that's the fucking Titantron. Oh, that's HBK. Oh, things are going well now. And all of a sudden,
Yay!
McFoley
Everything
was
happy.
there, and those two were standing there. And then fucking Stone Cold's music hit, and I was just...
I was so
the
happy.
happiest that I've been throughout the
Glad.
entirety of Mania. I mean, seriously,
great.
this is possibly one of the best Mania moments of the last couple of years.
stonking great.
I mean,
Stonking great.
yeah,
I loved it.
God,
That was one of the better matches. Well, matches. It wasn't really a
No,
match.
that was
It was
the
like,
match. That
let's
was
beat up these lads. Am I right?
yeah, right, and then fucking so many Stone Cold Stunner one after the other, and I was just, oh, I loved that.
Oh, same.
And I mean, fuck me, all of them just throwing their finishes around, and I mean, Mick Foley came out as Cactus Jack, which I thought was rather nice as well, because that kind of made me look back at ECW, and good things.
I liked it. It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good one. I'm just looking up the site right now, and there's like a Luke Harper series action figure, and they gave him muscles.
Oh, okay.
Luke Harper and muscles.
They should have given him a beer belly, but no, yeah, right, and then the New Day came into the ring, and I was like, what's happening now? And I was kind of hoping for a short feud between the three of the biggest legends in WWE history, and just the New Day. And I mean, I'm not even mad that didn't happen, because I mean, that would have been great. I mean, imagine that as a build up, and then at what's the next pay-per-view, what's it called?
Payback.
Right, at
Post-Mania.
Payback. I mean, imagine if that would have been a match there, but you know, I mean, all of
It will get there. It will get there.
yeah, but anyway, we had those guys that, I mean, fucking hell, Stone Cold dancing. That was
That was amazing. That was the best
Right.
thing in the world. I was like, oh my god, is he gonna dance? Is he
and then
gonna
just
dance?
right
Yes, he's
and
dancing.
dancing and that fucking stunner to Xavier Woods, and just Xavier Woods flying across half the ring.
I was really happy.
Oh, me too.
I saw
Made
that.
me happy. I just the flinch he had though was that was horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but it was like, well, stunner, and then he just bounces off a trampoline.
Yeah, I know. That looked amazing. I mean,
I liked it. It was a good one.
so yeah, that was the best spot in the entirety of this Mania.
Agreed.
And
And then
yeah,
there was
and
Brock
now
Lesnar
everything's
and
going
Dean
downhill.
Ambrose. And no, it's not all downhill.
yeah.
Like the Rock thing was good. Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Right.
But the Ambrose was it was so short.
It was so
I
short.
was so
mean,
disappointed.
No one got hit by either the chainsaw or the baseball bat, and that was just so disappointing. Also, did you see that guy that was sitting at ringside and just holding up the number of Germans that Brock did? It was just
Yeah, that was fucking great.
I was like,
was
he
hilarious.
needs 2 signs now. About 10 seconds into the match, and just
He just pulled that too.
Yeah, it
it
was
was
just-
nice.
10, 11, 12. How many did
Yeah.
we end up with? 13 it was, I think.
13. It was lucky number 13.
Yeah.
But it was like me going through the match was like, all right, it's gonna start. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Oh, Brock Lesnar is coming out. Oh, my first Mania. I was so fucking happy. And then I was like, oh my god, the chairs are getting thrown
Yeah.
out. And 3 minutes later, Ambrose is getting pinned after
Yeah,
his
just
F5 on a pile of chairs. It would have been such a great thing,
way
and they
too
just ruined it.
short. I mean, it was just like it felt like, oh no, this was not what I wanted to see. But yeah, you know, I mean, it could have been.
What does Ben think about
Yeah.
it?
I didn't really see it. I didn't see it, but no. It sounds like that was a disappointment. If it was over that quick and they didn't use any weapons in a no holds bar street fight,
Yeah.
Yeah, that. You just
if
summed
there's
it up.
weapons there, you use them.
Yeah, all they used were kendo sticks, like 2 kendo sticks, and that was it. So
Really?
yeah.
And Brock broke them both. So that was nice,
Right,
I
he
guess.
did, and he didn't actually bleed. Like, that was a first for me. Brock Lesnar not.
That was really weird.
Yeah, seeing Brock Lesnar not covered in blood at the end of a match, that's.
I think they're both a little disappointed with how it eventually turned out, but they did it,
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean,
It was nice to see Ambrose at WrestleMania, but
It
that's
was.
what I'm gonna keep it at.
anyway,
was
right,
nice.
the predictions for that and for the last match, which we completely didn't mention, when New
Okay.
Day versus League of Nations, we all picked New Day, so everyone lost.
Because we were smart, and then Chris came, and Chris was being smarter.
Yeah, no, he wasn't really being smart, he just went, oh yeah, I know these people, and,
The lads.
yeah, right, and then Ambrose,
Yes, yes.
Ambrose versus Lesnar, we all picked Ambrose, and yet again, we all lost.
For very obvious reasons.
Yep. And then Chris came along and picked Brock Lesnar, so, yeah, as I said.
Because he thinks, oh, he's a bear, he's gonna eat him. And he was right,
Yes,
because there was a bear,
Yeah,
and he did eat him.
only because Chris didn't watch any of the build-up to Mania, and he was just like, oh yeah, I like that guy.
We're roasting him again. Continue on.
Yeah, okay. What was
One of the best matches. One of the
the
best matches
women's
of the night.
triple threat match?
Yes, that was amazing.
It was, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
proper women's wrestling. It felt like a great match, and
It was
it
great.
was
All the holds,
right
all the
because
fucking
they
submission maneuvers.
just-
It was lovely.
fucking that was another one of those X7 flashbacks because you haven't watched that, but Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle, those two guys were great at this kind of submission wrestling, at this kind of submission-based wrestling. I was just looking at the triple threat, and I was like, oh my god, this is great, because I love that style of wrestling. And
Divas Revolution has started right now again.
yeah, I mean,
This is a different kind of wrestling.
yes, and we haven't really seen that in the last couple of years.
Ages.
And
In the last 3 years, we're just not really that much
yeah,
excitement.
because
but
they
there was
were all just going, oh, we need to get bigger and faster, and seeing this kind of slow-paced style is just great, because
yeah.
oh,
But in conclusion,
in conclusion,
this game,
yes,
all right. Let's sum it up. I'm gonna sum it up.
Ignore the end of the match. This is the best.
The end was a little disappointing.
This is the best women's match we have had in years.
Agreed.
Since
Agreed,
since
but
about
also not the
2000.
match itself.
Yeah,
It was not just the match itself. The build-up was amazing. The storyline was good.
but
You were able
yeah,
to follow
the
it.
build-up, it
Jesus.
was all booked for Sasha Banks.
I know.
And I was like, okay, especially her
Charlie wins.
entrance already made me think, oh yeah, she's gonna win this. They brought fucking Snoop Dogg out.
Agreed.
They brought Snoop Dogg out, and she had this big entrance, and I was like, oh yeah. The only thing that annoyed me about that was that Becky's head was lying right in the middle of the ramp and kind of in the way. So, but
That was nice. I don't like Snoop Dogg anyways. So I don't care.
why? I like him. I mean,
I don't like his music, and he's an influence to our children and our next generation. Oh, I don't fucking care anymore. Just kill me.
yeah, but anyway, so it was all booked for Sasha, and I was like, okay, if Sasha isn't gonna win this, then maybe Becky Lynch, because Becky's
that's why I went-
so over with the fans, and Becky's kind of the fan favorite in this
Yeah.
one.
We both went with either Becky or Sasha, and then there was Charlotte, and I was like, well,
Yeah, and it was, again, it wasn't even a clean win. It was, yet again, it was Ric Flair. And
I was a little disappointed, to be
was-
honest.
that
I didn't
was
like it.
awful. I mean, I wouldn't even have minded it that much if it would have been a clean win.
Yeah, I was
I'm
like, you can do so much, because it's now just continuing the storyline, but with a different
I mean,
belt.
I'm
They could have, like,
still
put in.
I'm still amazed how they managed to turn Ric Flair heel this fast and this good, but
That's weird. Yeah, it is. He does really good. And like the flung. I think no. Was it Sasha or Becky that jumped on top of Flair?
that was right. Yes. Who was that?
I think one of them. I think Sasha was it,
Yeah.
because Becky was already on the floor.
Oh yeah, right. And I was just like, okay.
Oh, I couldn't care. It was nice. It was a good match. That was one of the better matches of the night.
It was, except for the ending. So yeah, the best women's match ever since about 2004 still is Natalya versus Charlotte at a Roadblock, because that match was amazing, and I was okay with the ending to that more than I was with the ending to this.
Agreed. I think we're all agreeing on that.
Yeah.
Right. Next.
Which one was next?
It wasn't a match. It wasn't a match. I'm going to talk about something that we all think was kind of weird. The Rock. He came in and like his awesome fucking flamethrower, and he was like,
wasn't he out after the Memorial? No, wasn't.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. The Memorial Battle was. Oh no. It was Hang on.
Because
What?
I think the next.
Oh, never mind. It was like Undertaker Shane was after that. Then there was
Yeah.
Andre the Giant, and then there was The Rock.
Yeah. So next up we have Undertaker versus Shane O'Mac, Hell in a Cell. As fucking fourth to last match, this should have been the main event of Wrestlemania. The match of all,
It was
the
so
match
cool.
of all
The
matches,
one
and
at
then
the
just that's on already.
I think it was a little sluggish. They did it a little
Yeah,
sluggish.
and I mean it started off really slow because it's just two old men in the ring and kind of like, oh, okay, and then
It was like they closed the door and then there was like, let's just walk around the ring for a minute and then we hit each other for 30 seconds and then we wait another 1.5
yeah.
minutes, which was weird. But when they did meet each other, they
Right,
did
and
good.
then we
God.
had Shane being beaten to shit at first, and then him going out, taking out Bolt the wire cutter, and just opening up the cage.
I was hoping he's gonna hit Taker with the wrench.
Yeah,
I
but
thought.
anyway, then we have the two outside of Hell in a Cell, and we had Taker going onto the announce table, and
It was a little forced. That looked a little weird, and then I forgot all about it because Shane just looked up in the ring and
I was like, oh my god, Shane.
you're gonna be fucking.
Yeah, I at that moment I was like, oh god, Shane's gonna die today. And I mean,
And he has kids at ringside.
yeah, I bet they were looking at his life insurance at that moment, going like, yep, that's mine.
One of my the couch, mine. TV, mine. Oh, you can have the other couch. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just,
It was great. I liked it. That was a good freaking match.
it was, but him going on top, and that was yet again another one of those big WrestleMania moments. I mean, there haven't been all that many Hell in a Cell matches in total in the history of WWE, and I mean the only other person that I can remember actually going off the top of the cell is Mick Foley, Mankind, in
Agreed.
his
Agreed.
great match against the Undertaker. I mean, he went off twice.
In one match.
Yeah.
Let's not forget
But-
his final match.
But
For a
but
reason.
after that match, Mick Foley the next day, he didn't walk anywhere. He was hospitalized, and for quite
Yeah.
a while.
For the reason he didn't fall good. He didn't feel. He
Yes.
was like he dropped down and he landed on his shoulder and he dislocated the shit out of it.
Yeah, right. But
The absolute
but
wank.
we had Shane standing on top of the cell and just. I really wanted him to hit that move because that would have just been
Yeah, that would have
amazing.
been so cool.
And then we just have
And then Undertaker still winning. That would have been so much better.
Yeah, and I was
I think it was
just
still
like,
a great match.
okay, Undertaker's, oh god, Shane's dead, oh, fuck.
I guess that's the end of Shane.
Yep. And he stood up after that, and I was like, that
How
shouldn't be possible.
has that man got John Cena healing powers or something?
Yeah, just about 100 times faster. And just,
He just grew 3 new legs.
yeah. And then the Undertaker got him back into. I was like, at this point, Undertaker should just lay down right in the middle of the ring and just let Shane pin him, just out of respect.
Exactly the fucking same. I was thought like, right, he was gonna toss him back, and then he climbed under the rope,
Yeah.
and then he just laid there for a little bit, and I think like, gonna pin him? Is we gonna do it like out of respect? Or it looked like it, and then the tombstone happened, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, that really isn't necessary anymore. At this point, you could have just laid him flat on the floor, and he wouldn't have done jack shit anymore.
Agreed.
But yeah, right, in that match, all of
finish
us
it.
picked Shane! Except Chris, who yet again
For
picked
the
The
reasons
Undertaker.
of...
Oh,
Because Chris is smarter than all of us.
no, he
Say
isn't.
whatever
He
you want
isn't.
about Chris,
That,
but
that
he's
isn't
right.
even him being smart. That's just him being completely oblivious to everything that was going on in the build-up and just.
it appeared very windly. He won. He won, I
Yeah.
guess. And that was a good match. I liked the match.
Um.
That was a good match.
Right. I
Andre the
wait. I
Giant
need
Memorial
to. I
Battle.
need to do an alerts off. Oh, good.
Doing, mate.
Right. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
That was a good fucking match. I loved it.
It was
I
great.
thought it was a little.
The only thing, fucking Shaquille Shaq, not Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq. What was he doing there?
I don't know, getting revenge on Big Show, and because there was an interview afterwards with Renee Young. She's actually not called Renee Young. Did you know that?
What?
Shaq had an interview with Renee
Yeah.
Young afterwards, and he said, "I'm coming for him again." So we're gonna get 3 matches with Shaquille O'Neal and the Big Show. Do you realize that this is the end of the universe?
Yes, but I mean, basketball player in fucking thingy in fucking WWE, because that worked out so well the last time we had it. And just oh well. Anyway, those two kind of faced off against each other and went out rather quickly.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, and well, after Shaq came in, Baron Corbin.
It was DDP.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin came in with the rest. There was like a big. I thought this is the thing that I wanted to say was really weird, because it was like, you had like all like general mid-carders came out, like Goldust and all the other motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then there were the big entrances, and Baron Corbin was not with a big entrance. He just came in with the rest, which was nice. But then there was like the entrance of, I think the first entrance was DDP, which was awesome. I thought, gonna see him.
Yeah.
Whew, cool. I haven't watched many of DDP's matches, but I like him. He's like a father, but like a wacky dad.
Yeah, he's great.
That's
but,
why I like him.
No, I'm actually trying to do something, to look something up. Because they were it was it was a good match, but yet again wait, where are the predictions for this one? Right, I picked Big Show, you Alex picked Mark Henry, and Ben picked Big Show.
I've won.
No,
For the reason of Mark Henry was the 4th last person to get eliminated, and Big Show was the 1st.
right, but
So I've
no,
won.
you haven't.
I came closer. Let's just say that.
You came closer, yes, you did, but still, you didn't.
Alright. Still, at the end of the day, who the fuck expected Baron Corbin to win?
No one, because he wasn't supposed to be. No one knew that he was gonna be in that. Or was he? Was he
Yeah,
announced?
you're right.
Because you know, I mean, I was like, okay, Big Show's out, and so we still have Kane, we have Mark Henry, or well, I mean, given how Mania's been going so far, why not completely fuck over the fans and have bloody Heath Slater win? But you know, luckily that didn't happen.
That was horrible. That happened I was worrying about that as well, and then they took care of my worries very quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, boop, it's gone. Hey, boop, he's gone. Boop, he's gone. And then there was, I think the last ones were Kane
and
thing.
Baron Corbin. And I was like,
Nah, that was cool.
and I was like, oh, so Kane's gonna win this then. And
Really, VC won. I liked it.
yeah, and then Baron Corbin won, which was great, which was amazing.
Yeah, give him a push. There are, I've counted it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 people from NXT have come to the main roster of WWE. No, not the main roster, but like the actual Raw and WrestleMania. Like not NXT in the past 2 days. which is lovely.
Yep, and
That was
I
amazing.
mean, yeah. So anyway, that was over. And after that, we had The Rock.
John Cena and The Rock.
Yeah, first
That was
it was
great,
just The Rock, and I was like, oh, he's got a t-shirt gun. What's he doing with the t-shirt gun? And all of a sudden, oh, okay, that's not a t-shirt gun, is it?
He just pulled off his pants.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I was thinking he's gonna shoot T-shirts, and I saw like two, like bottles strapped to the side. I think like, are there T-shirts in there?
no,
or what?
usually
And then he
because I
had a
was thinking
flamethrower.
there's a thingy, there's compressed CO2 in there, which usually
Air.
you have with t-shirt guns. Oh right, the fucking cheerleaders that were out before The Rock came in.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
I don't know him. Nobody fucking knows him. Let them fuck off.
right. That was
and-
just why
well,
do we need
well,
that?
I'm not.
Wrestlemania went on for so long because the overtime. That's another thing I'm gonna talk about later. But the overtime, I mean, we did not need to put some fucking cheerleaders in there.
Well, I'm not complaining. I mean, skimpy clad women in short dresses. I mean, with pom-poms, and then The Rock came out, and he had a flamethrower. You know?
Yeah.
It was like the most
Anyway,
manly
yeah,
show
right,
I could
and
ever
then
think.
The Rock came out, and all out of the sudden, because the Wyatts, they weren't in anything else, and I was like, you're
The
not
same.
just...
But we need to put a Wyatt somewhere.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they're there and they're attacking The Rock, and then it was like, oh, they're gonna have a match. That's I'm okay with that.
Great. And then 6 seconds went by, and then we're done.
Yep, just
And that was the entire freaking match. And then there was John
and
Cena.
then all out of a sudden, John Cena and
Doo, 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 doo.
do 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 do. Oh God.
As Chris joined us. So,
No.
that was great. I liked it. I liked
Oh,
the
yeah.
I like the thing. I like John didn't do very much, but I think that's for the best as well
Yeah.
because he's like still dead.
I mean, yeah, and that was over very quickly, and I'm like, I don't know where they're going with that, because it seemed kind of pointless, you know.
It was nice. It was like a manly thing with no real backstory. It was just people beating up other people, done, and that was cool. I was okay with that.
Yeah, it was, but anyway, after that,
Anyway.
yeah, right. At the beginning of that, when the cheerleaders first came out, that was 20 minutes before the official end of WrestleMania, and I was like, what the hell are they gonna do with the fucking main event here? They've got 19 minutes left, and when The Rock and Cena, when they were done, it was like, oh, there's 5 minutes left. Have they cancelled the main event or something? I mean, I wouldn't really have minded that, actually, but
Yeah, I think nobody would. That was.
they...
Did you hear the boos?
Oh God, yes, I did. Because
Bro, I came on with
first of all there was Stephanie McMahon, and she was like,
Oh, can we just like everyone be silent? But let's just take 4 seconds of our day to laugh at her segment in Triple H's entrance. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. That was fucking horrible.
it was just like, hey, he's a heel, hate him, and Roman's the good guy,
Where
go
does he
and,
bow down?
you know, I mean,
Bow down to your king. I'm a woman with boobies and a short dress and a really short skirt.
yeah.
And we're going to do a main event in which we
You know
beat
what
up
the
a
problem
baby
is?
face.
I actually really like Triple H because of NXT, and I still don't see him
Same.
as a heel, and it's just weird.
He's like the big bad boss who just wants to run his fucking company without anyone interfering for fucking once.
Yeah, and he really
Are you
wasn't happy.
eating, Ben?
Yes, I am.
You monster! We're doing a professional recording. You're ruining it.
I haven't eaten anything since I got up, so shut up. No.
When have you gotten up?
About 3 hours ago.
That's your own fucking fault then for getting up at 12:30.
Well, I was supposed to get up at 5:30, so you know.
Yeah, just skip school for once. Why not?
Yeah.
I would have done too with such a terrible match. The match itself was great, but just I was watching
No.
it with an open mind. I went like, all right, Roman is like the most hated guy. Let's give him a little bit of a break. Let's see how he does. And he did okay.
No, you know what I was
But,
thinking the
like,
entire match? Fuck Roman.
You're really easy. No, but what I wanted to say is the next night I was like, oh no, Roman has the mic. I'm going to remember why I didn't like him. And then he started talking, not about a suffering succotash this time, which made me a little happy. But then it was like, I am not the bad guy, and it was like, oh come on, Roman, you can still do it. You can still say, I am, I'm not a bad guy. And I was like, he's gonna reply to all the booze he got at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and he went like, I'm not the good guy. And I was like, this is going to be bad. And he said, I am the guy, with the biggest smirk on his face. And I just went like, no.
Yeah, because right. So
And I cried.
I mean, even the fucking match, the crowd response to the match, it was just, we had one clearly defined heel, we had a clearly defined face, and yet everything was just booed to shit.
Well, it was like the second when they threw punches at each other was like when Triple H punched and then Roman punched. You were just like Triple H punches, yay! Roman punches, boo, yeah, boo,
Right,
yeah,
it's just,
boo.
it's the entirely the wrong way round, and I was so hoping for Reigns to turn heel at Mania, but
Doesn't.
didn't happen.
Yeah, really, fucking Christ.
That would have been amazing. And, anyway, so, yeah,
So that was the terribleness of that.
that was WrestleMania
Christ.
ruined for me.
Special bets.
Seriously, yeah, right. Our special bets. None of us got any of those right.
Well, Chris did something, and you did something as well, which was Cena
Well,
Returns.
yeah, no. Chris did something because I told him to. I was like, yeah, Cena,
that's true. He was
because-
like, the Rock appeared.
Yeah, right. My special bet was John Cena returns and helps Shane McMahon win. But yeah, that kind of.
Well, Shane didn't win, but Cena did return, so you get like half a point.
Yeah, right. Oh, I get half a point for that, really? Okay,
Sure, why
I'll
not?
take that.
Are we still doing points?
I mean,
'Cause, I don't know.
I'll happily take half a point there. Anyway,
That's a date, friend. You just typed in 2/5/2016.
oh, yeah, I pressed enter by accident. What?
I don't care.
I don't know.
I'm on the same thing as you, motherfucker. Anyway, my bet was Orton returns and helps Dean win. Orton didn't return.
No.
Neither did Dean win. So I get -600.
Okay, so wait, let me just put that in. That's you at minus
Minus
599
599
points there. Right, Bet, what was your bet?
Mine was that Vince will fuck over Shane after he wins. Shane neither won, and Vince gave him control of Raw the next
Right,
day.
so
I get -1,000.
Minus
yeah,
7
I was
million
just about to
points.
say, neither of your things happened, and Vince was actually nice. So that's you were at 2 points, which makes you end up at minus 998. Okay.
Now we're gonna decide for Chris.
Yes.
Chris isn't here, so we can fuck him over bad time. Cena returns. He did. Helps Triple H. He didn't. Turns heel. No.
Yeah, Cena did not turn heel. He's still the big old babyface he always was, but he returned.
Get-
So,
Plus 7 points.
Plus 7? What? What? No!
No, just -1.
Uh,
That's a date again.
I know that happens whenever I put a dot instead of a comma, because Google hates me.
You're an idiot for putting in dots. Who puts in dots?
I do, because I'm European, and that's actually how the European system works. But,
I have commas fucking everywhere. Dots are like when you have thousands, and there was like the 100, and they press in a dot, and they have 3 zeros.
yeah, or maybe it's the American system, I can't remember. Anyway,
I really couldn't give a toss.
so he
Right.
ends up with 6.5 points, and
He still won despite him not being
right,
there.
but I'm second
Oh,
place. I'm the winner of us three by about by
Us
just
three,
about
yeah.
600 by just about 600 points.
Just about 600 points. Well, I'm third with -599, and Ben, well, Ben just
Yep.
sucks.
You
Yeah.
lost with
Yeah.
minus 998 points.
Alright, so that was a good night. I like WrestleMania.
It wasn't as bad as I initially thought it was, but it still
Agreed.
it was average. I mean, it had one of the best spots we've seen over the last couple of years, but that's really about it. We had the women's title and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, average. It was average.
I think it was
Yep.
good. They
Also-
shot the last bullet at their own mouths.
Yeah.
As Adam Lampier. Perfect.
Right.
Perfect
Also,
example.
the attendance record of 1,100 and 600 something
Something
people.
points.
That's not true. They didn't actually. I mean, they broke their old record because, as you know, or as you might not know, these records are always worked. They always go and make up a number.
Yeah, that was probably because half of the attendees were still waiting outside.
Yeah,
So
right.
it might have been even higher. So they might have been right. It wasn't much as well, so I'm not like...
yeah, but the
whoa,
old, the
they
old,
did
the
break a
old
record.
was the old worked record was 93,000 something people, and the AT&T Stadium officials said there were about 94,000, just short of 94,000 people in there. So they did break the record. It just wasn't 100,000 as they said, which is kind of like, okay.
I'm watching WWE.com right now, and there's like, the Roman Empire rises at WrestleMania. For an empire, you need people to stand behind you. They don't have people to stand
Yeah,
behind
it's
them.
just Roman. That's it. I mean, even the thingies, they didn't. When was the last time we saw Roman and Dean together? Actually, because
Roman and me together.
because I feel
a
they
month or
they
two.
massively cut down on those works.
Yeah, it was like it abruptly stops. It was like before Roadblock. They had like before Roadblock. Oh jeez. Before Roadblock, they had like a little bout, and they were like, "Oh, upcoming thingy." Oh, that was before Royal Rumble even. Jeez, that's a long time ago. That was horrible. They were like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and beat you," and then they didn't.
Right. You know,
So,
because
I guess
that
that's
would
it.
have been the best way to actually turn Roman heel, to just have him.
They're on his best buddy.
Yeah, to just
That would have been
to just
cool. It would have been so
fuck
cool.
over Dean, and they didn't do that, and I was a bit mad at that. But anyway,
Well,
yeah. So,
I think that's it.
yeah, that's it with Mania. Now on to the Post-Mania Raw.
I actually watched this.
Good.
That was good. It was all good. It was quite
enjoyed
good.
it.
I loved
was,
it. I loved the
it
entire
wasn't
thing.
as-
The entire thing
it
was good.
wasn't as good as the last couple of Post-Mania Raws. I'll put that out there. Just
I loved this one. This was once amazing.
it was amazing.
Let me sum it up for
but
you. Cesaro returned, which I was happy
we'll get
about.
to that
Full
later.
NXT stars returned, which I was happy about.
First thing on Raw was Vince coming out and then just going like, "Oh yeah, haha, look at me, I was right." And then Shane came out, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I only have to say two things." And then Vince went, "Oh, you run Raw now."
There was like I liked the segment because they were kind of like um hoping that the chance would like let
Oh
him run it.
yeah.
There was a chance, but let him run it.
Yes,
That thing, and they were going,
the
and I was like, fine, well
the
you get it, your
crowd was going
chance.
apeshit, and I was like, this is gonna
Love
be
it.
amazing. Um,
Me too. That was fucking cool. The crowd was cool as well. I love the crowd.
yeah. So anyway, um, the first, which match? Which was the first match? We had the New Day come out, didn't we?
Yeah,
Y-
yeah, they were
Yeah,
there.
right. I think. I should. Someone look this up, please. I have to close them.
I'm gonna look this up. WWE already got it in my I've already got it in front of me. Let me
Good.
just hang on. Raw. Yeah, the New Day relishes in their WrestleMania experience. Nothing actually happened except them hailing a piece of their WrestleMania big fucking booty or
Right,
boss.
that was a bit odd, but you know, I'm okay with that.
And then they were against, and then they had Sheamus and King Barrett was
Right, that
punished or
was a
something.
bit after the match. It just Sheamus kicking,
I'm happy.
broke kicking, Wade Barrett. But you know what that makes me worry about? You know,
Tell me.
you know how Barrett is rumored to leave in June because his contract's ending.
Yep,
I think this might have been the last time we saw King Barrett on TV.
I think so. I think I didn't really like. He was like really anticipated for, and then he was there, and I was like, he's not
Yeah,
gonna go
but I
far,
like
and
him, and
he
it's
didn't.
just, you know, and
He became a mid carder.
they just chanted what did they chant?
I don't know. I can listen to it.
Kiss him
I don't
good,
know if my mic's gonna fuck it up.
kiss him goodbye, and they were chanting that before because obviously they were expecting him to leave TV soon enough as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit, you know. And then
But
after that was the best moment for me throughout the entire
Wyatt,
Raw. What?
what? The Wyatt still came after the King Barrett's got shitted over.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like I'm watching it. Oh, the Wyatt family. Oh, the Wyatt family. And then
let's just
Axel just
ignore
got.
them. Let's just ignore the Wyatts because
Yeah, we don't want them. I don't like them in my house.
the best.
Um,
This is fucking Apollo Crews.
amazing. Amazing! I was so happy.
He's
I
one of
haven't
the
watched.
best workers they have in all of WWE and NXT at the moment. And
He deserves to be there.
yes,
So much.
because you know, I a couple of months back, I was like, I want, you know, if things are going well by SummerSlam, he could be either United States or Intercontinental Champion.
Agreed.
And
Completely agreed. I want him to
Yeah.
be the champion. Crown him as soon as
Yep,
possible, as fast as
and
possible.
at next year's Mania, because if they actually do this, I want them to give Cena the title. I want them to give Cena the title at next Mania. Have
Yeah, hurry up with that.
have Cena turn heel, and just have him retain the title for a full year, up until Mania 35. Where he will Mania 34 because the next one coming.
34.
Yeah, 34, and there have him go up against Apollo Crews and have Apollo Crews win the heavyweight title, and just have him keep that for a year or two, because
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
yeah.
Yeah, Apollo Crews. He has a cool theme song as well. I'm just listening to it right now.
Oh yes.
Oh, I was listening to it just before we started. I fucking love that.
Oh.
I don't watch NXT, but when he came on, it's fucking brilliant.
I was so
Oh,
happy.
yeah.
He just came out like the guy who just stared at the big fucking Titantron. He was like, Yeah, that's my name, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then I mean,
Is that racist?
no. I mean, maybe I don't know.
Yay.
He went up against Tyler Breeze. I still don't know what the fuck they're doing with Tyler Breeze.
He's just someone who is able to be beaten up
Yep,
and look good
because
doing it.
I mean
So
the
let's
match
just
was a
do
bit
that.
short, but I mean Cruz, he got to show off his sort of talent and what he's capable of. I mean,
Yeah, like that.
yeah. So yeah. What was after that? We had after that we had the spot with Reigns coming out, didn't we?
There was a Sasha Banks versus Summer Rae, which I didn't watch because it's fucking
Oh,
Summer
yeah,
Rae.
right. That was actually, I actually like that because obviously, Summer Rae,
Summer Rae died.
yeah. Because I was like, oh, they didn't give Sasha the title, and obviously now the next woman to hold the women's title will be Sasha Banks after Charlotte. There's a storyline in there somewhere, but you know.
Beyond all the faff that they've left behind there. But Summer Rae, I watched it on my phone, and I was like this morning. I watched
Yeah.
it, to be honest. And there was like Summer Rae came on, and she grabbed the mic, and I was like, nope, not doing this. Clicked it away. Saved it
Yeah,
for later.
I can barely remember that match because I was probably paying attention to other things, Twitter mainly. And anyway, yeah, I actually, I somewhat like that because we had Sasha Banks, showing that she's a good worker and that she's really talented.
Oh, we already know that,
Yeah,
so
but
that doesn't really
like,
matter. But it was a nice
yeah,
match.
but
It
you
was a
know,
nice match. I just
after
watched it.
last year's, after last night's defeat, or after Sunday's defeat, you know,
Yeah, right.
and then we had
Okay, but
Roman
Roman Reigns
Reigns.
confronted by Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and the other
Yep,
fuckface.
we
How is he
had
called again?
Roman.
Chris Jericho.
First we had Roman Reigns come out, and it was just boos everywhere. Then his fucking awful speech,
Look,
and then I was like,
let me explain it to you. There was Roman Reigns who grabbed the mic. That's enough said. And then there came four guys who we
no,
all
but
like,
then
because they're all good.
I first thought, oh my god, there's gonna be a fucking open challenge for the bloody heavyweight championship. And
That was horrible.
I would have loved that. You know, just have,
Nice.
yeah, but that didn't happen because then out came first there was who? Oh yeah, Jericho. First we had Chris Jericho come out. And I was like, you know, actually, if you turn Jericho face again, I would actually be alright with him being champion for a short while. To
True.
then have AJ Styles go over, and have AJ Styles just
Yeah.
as the heavyweight champion, which
For about a month or two, for till the
Yeah.
next, just let him win at one PPV and then just
because to be
be the
honest,
next one.
it really isn't a title that fits Styles, but you know he's better than Roman, so
True.
but no,
AJ Styles is like Roman, but done good.
yeah, so anyway, we had, oh, my phone should arrive today, I just remembered, but anyway, we had Sami's,
KO.
oh right, first we had Kevin Owens come out. That was a bit, no, please, I mean,
I like that Kevin Owens came out because he had like the US title a little bit, and then he had like the IC title for a little while, and now that he's lost it, he's now going after the heavyweight, which I think is a beautiful one,
yeah.
and he should deserve it. And then Sami Zayn came out,
And then
and that was
Sami
cool.
Zayn came
because
out, and
now
I
you
was
have
like, oh,
two rivalries.
yeah, and then those two just beat each other up, and the last one who was, you know, who was in the ring again was Roman Reigns, and was just like, oh, there's gonna be a fatal four-way. Okay.
But have you seen what Roman did when Sammy just pointed at a championship like, I'm gonna beat that, and he would just like, oh, you're a little man, you can handle that, and he just did like a little hand gesture,
Oh,
like, fuck off, little man.
yeah, I was,
That was
you
weird.
know,
And I think they might, and if they are smart, I might as well add, they should have turned Roman heel ages ago.
they should have done so ages ago, but, you know, the Raw was kind of the last chance. I don't really see a point in doing that anymore at this point, you know, because his sort of friendship with Dean, they kind of cooled that off, they kind of played that down a bit. And I don't really see how to do
Sadly.
that anymore. I don't really, I think they kind of, that is over now, that's gone. The possibility of that happening. Anyway, yeah. After that, we had Baron Corbin, the winner of the Battle Royale, come out to accept his trophy, and then out came Dolph
Dolph
Ziggler,
Ziggler.
the internet favorite.
Because because General Mid Carter versus General Newbie. Let
yeah,
him
but you
beat him
know,
up, right? And then have them both count out because WWE
yeah, but
doesn't
you
have
know,
a very
I
good booking
actually,
room.
because you know, with Corbin being a heel and with Ziggler being just a complete baby
Something.
face, and I mean, everyone likes Ziggler, you know, and
Kinda.
yeah, really, he's always been kind of the internet favorite whenever it comes to that, and you know, it's just but it's kind of like because this is gonna lead to a feud, and then we're gonna end up with a pay-per-view match, and you know, obviously Corbin will win that pay-per-view match because that's just how they do it. And I honestly think Corbin should have won yesterday, or 2 days ago actually,
Same.
Monday.
Agreed. 2 days ago now.
Yeah, right. I think Corbin should have won that, but you know, I'm actually alright with this. I mean, it's predictable. It's very predictable. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't care.
it's
Right, now I do have to say though, we do have to hurry up a little bit because in about 15 minutes I'm gonna call my mom because I'm going to eat.
okay.
So let's
Next
hurry
up,
shit
we
up.
had
Right,
Zack
Raw.
Ryder come out, and then we had The Miz, and oh god, that was fucking horrible. Uh,
And then the Miz had a championship,
and
and
now,
then I was
and now
sad.
The Miz is Intercontinental Champion again, and
Then there was the weird bit with his father and the girlfriend and the
not girlfriend.
like beating up,
It's
and then
his
Razor Ramon came
it's not his
backstage.
girlfriend. It's his wife. That's what's her
That's the
face?
same thing.
Maurice. She was a diva
Fuck.
once. Or well,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Well, not anymore. So fuck it.
Yep. Anyway, then we had
Charlotte honored for
yeah, Charlotte,
WWE
and I
Women's
actually
Championship.
liked how that started off with Charlotte
Yeah,
being
me too.
kind of humble and everything, and then I was like, oh yeah, fuck me.
And then she was like the giant bitch. And then everyone went away, and I
Everyone
was
left,
like,
and
"What? This is better."
Sasha was the first one to leave. She should have been there, not Natalia. As much as I like Natalia, it's just
I would like Natalia. I like Natalia a lot.
yeah, me too. But it's just Sasha is quite clearly Sasha who's gonna be the next women's champion, and Natalia's just gonna lose
Yeah.
against Charlotte because
But maybe because here's the conspiracy theory I have. Right. What color is Sasha's hair? There's a strip of that exact same color
yeah,
in Natalia's hair.
right.
And then there's like the blondie, and then there's like Becky Lynch who has like a fucking orange sprayed all over her face. It looks like something that could have been the fucking Rainbow Squad. I would like to see
Yeah,
that.
but still.
And then just Charlotte getting together with Tamina and that other fucking bitch Naomi, and then just they having a weird ass bout, and then Charlotte turning face. I mean, and then just beating up them, and then they would have. I'm just pulling this out of my arse, am I?
Yeah, but you
So,
know.
let's continue because this is going horrible.
No, next
Usos
up,
versus Dudleys.
the second,
Usos versus Dudleys. It was shit. Continue.
No, after that, I completely ignored that match yet again. The next big
Same.
thing,
I was so happy. So
the
happy with
Dudleys
this.
were still on the ramp, and all out of a sudden, there's Enzo Amore and Big Cass
My name
Cassidy.
is Enzo Amore. Yeah, I'm so fucking happy with that. Jesus Christ, I love
God,
it.
and
I
they
don't
are
really
so,
watch NXT.
they are, what?
I don't really watch NXT,
should.
but I know them, so that says a
You
lot.
should
Yeah, I'm
watch
gonna.
NXT because it's much better than what WWE are doing on the main roster.
I'm gonna try. It's tonight.
Yeah, anyway, no, they are so over with the crowd, it's incredible. I mean, the crowd was fucking awful on this Raw, I will say that, because...
Did you hear that there was an argument? Triple H and Vince had an argument lately, and it was about NXT and if it was successful. But then if you have some guys from
Yeah.
NXT come out and they have their little say thing, and an entire freaking crowd can say exactly the same
Yeah,
with you in the same pace, that does mean that most of them are watching NXT.
yes.
So, shut up with your, oh, it's not being successful, because it is.
Yeah, right. Anyway, that was great, and I am so looking forward to them having a bit of a feud with the Dudleys. Because,
Weren't they losing like a lot? Enzo and Cass were like famous for losing.
they were
was that a different
lately they really haven't been because they were actually the tag team champions, the NXT tag team
Yeah.
champions, and then they lost to what's their faces, the two other guys they battled at.
Alpha. American Alpha.
Yeah, no, not American Alpha. That was at NXT Takeover, and they weren't at NXT Takeover. The guys they battled at Roadblock,
well.
you know. The heel
Yeah,
tag team.
that
Those
thing.
two guys are great as well, by the way. But
Yeah, there was like that thing. I don't know.
anyway,
I don't know. how
those
they're
two
called. I don't
guys,
really care anymore.
lost to American Alpha. Anyway, and that's not that important,
Anyway.
you know. Because I was like, if they had retained, there would have been a chance of Enzo and Cass getting back at them. But now that American Alpha,
Exactly.
there's no storyline there, nothing.
Now there's a reason for them to be in Raw.
Yeah, right. And it's just this is gonna be great. I mean, especially like the Dudleys are good on the microphone, and fuck me, Enzo and Cass, there's barely anyone better out there when it comes to
Yeah.
cutting promos. So you know,
Agreed.
the
Right, final thing that happened during the night, the main event.
main event,
WWE
which was
World Heavyweight.
great.
I loved it. It was a good fucking match, and AJ Styles won.
Yeah, but you
What?
know, just the fact that we had Sami
Cesaro.
Zayn, yeah, the fucking sirens, and I was just like, oh my god, this is
I was so happy. I just heard the sirens, and I just immediately went like,
yeah.
"You've done a great thing, WWE, with booking him back."
Right,
Because
and
he
the
was
fucking
cleared
suit,
for a
I
month.
want that suit. I want such a suit where it can just go
I want a suit too.
and okay.
Yeah, it was like, rip, it's gone.
But yeah, I was hoping for Cesaro to win actually, because Cesaro is like seriously, AJ won this, but do you really think AJ has any chance of beating Roman? Because he really hasn't.
Yeah, a little. I think
No,
he
there's
does, but
no
I think
chance in hell
Cesaro
that
should be.
he's gonna win. Cesaro, on the other hand, he's clearly
Yeah,
clearly
This is what I would have done.
material for
This
the
is what I
heavyweight
would have done.
champion. Yeah.
Yeah, but this here, listen here. This is like send AJ after all the US title because he is kinda like quick and flippy and like wah wah wah. And then you have Kalisto, who is also quite quick and flippy. So that should be a really really interesting match. Tell me you don't want to see that.
Yes.
Or you can put him in the Intercontinental Championship, make him win it from Miz, because why would Miz have it? And then have Kevin Owens come after him. So that's the thing. And then there's also just Cesaro just going after Roman because
Yeah, and
he
then
deserves it. He's great.
Cesaro getting the title actually, because well, why not?
Yeah, please, Roman Reigns.
So anyway, in conclusion, the crowd on this Raw was fucking awful because they shouted for the wrong people, and they really.
They always do.
Yeah, no, but it's like they didn't even like if they had like Baron Corbin versus Ziggler. If they had just shouted for Ziggler, that would have been great. They didn't, because fuck them.
Oh well.
And anyway, yeah, right. And they started a fucking wave right during the first match, which that was weird.
That happened, I think. It's something.
Yeah, because Xavier Woods had to actually stop them. You know, he was like, if you put your hands up, you like Sheamus, and then they stopped. So.
Cool. Oh, I liked it.
Anyway, yeah.
It was a good Raw. It was a good Raw, good WrestleMania. I liked it from a first experience.
Raw, but just not as good as a Post-Mania Raw should be. Because also, right, Undertaker wasn't there. John Cena wasn't there, The Rock wasn't there, Triple H wasn't there, so, yeah.
Then you tell me, yeah.
So, oh yeah, let's have a look at the ratings. So, at 8 p.m., it was 4.29 million viewers. At 9 p.m., we had 4.18 million viewers, and by 10 p.m., we were at 3.82 million viewers. Last year's Post-Mania we had 5.35 million viewers, which just
Well, it could have been worse.
Yeah, but I mean, of course it could have been worse, but it could have also been better. So yeah.
That's true.
Anyway,
oh well,
all in
I
all, it was alright, everything was alright, they didn't really change things around as much as I wanted them to, and, well, you know.
That was nice.
It's better than 2015 at least, so there's still that.
Exactly. Well, guys, thanks for the thing, I guess.
Yes, right. The next podcast thingy will be up after...
The Wednesday after 1st of May.
Yeah, no, it won't go up on Wednesday. Or maybe it will. Maybe I can get this out today. Maybe, but possibly tomorrow.
It's very big, maybe.
Yeah, very big. But anyway, yeah, either Wednesday or Thursday after the next pay-per-view, and all the pay-per-views after that, possibly. So.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for the joining. Jeez.
Yeah, right. Also, I don't know, is my internet fucking up, or is that yours? Because it's getting a bit patchy.
Both. I'm going to take a piss.
Okay, yes, goodbye everyone. This was...
Goodbye! Bye. Chris is a wanker.